I got some good news and I got some bad news, because I actually did, with my mom, just went and saw a Titanic 25th anniversary Super 3D special edition bullshit. Okay? And I got good news and I got bad news. Bad news first. Still sucks. It's always sucked. Titanic's one of the worst movies ever made. Okay? And I'm going to get into it because I'm actually going to talk about it this time. Good news is, though, any longtime Slob fans on here will know that I always talk about Applebee's, the all-you-can-eat riblet special. That's been gone for the last few years, and I thought they would never bring it back. Somebody in the fast food heavens has been listening to me, heard my cries and my pleas and my prayers, because, in case you didn't know this already, the Applebee's all-you-can-eat riblets are back.
I'm so excited, and I just get hired. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. I'm so excited, and I just get hired. And I want to.
And I've never been more excited. So this is kind of a special occasion sort of thing. I was sitting around with my mom and I was like, look, when the commercial came on, we were so excited. I said, let's go get these all-you-can-eat riblet things and then just go, we got time to kill, let's go see this Titanic thing. Because originally when Titanic first came out, I saw it with my mom in the theater. You know, I was like a teenager, 20 years old or something, but that was 25 years ago. I hated it. It was the worst. But I figured now that I'm older, I'm a little more mature. You know, I've been through stuff. I've been in relationships, a relationship online. Now I know a little bit more. I got a bigger worldview sort of thing. So let's do it. Let's give it another chance. I think everyone should give everything a chance. You know, sometimes more than once. I learned a lot from seeing Titanic 3D this time with my mom as an adult. And I just want to share all my new knowledge things about it with you guys. So the question is, are you guys ready to go back to Titanic? I think with such an epic historical sort of movie thing, it's best to go back from the beginning. To tell this story, to tell this review, and all that good stuff, we got to go back to before Titanic came out. Most of you people watching this probably weren't even born. Okay, because you don't know shit about movies or history or anything. That's what you come here for. Like the Titanic thing, you have to understand, before this movie existed, Titanic was an easy way of picking out psychos. If you were obsessed with Titanic before the movie came out, like way before, then we knew that something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? It's almost like a medical condition sort of thing, because it's so stupid in a very specific, bizarre kind of way. It's grown men and women crying about some rich people that drowned on a boat 1,000 fucking years ago. And these are the same types of people that are obsessed with the good old days when things were better. The shitty old days where everything wasn't better. That's the reason the Titanic sank in the first place, because it's fucking old and shitty. You know what I mean? No ship these days. You ever hear about giant ships and cruise ships and things sinking? It doesn't happen, because we know how to build ships now. Not by some fucking drunk Irishmen 1,000 years ago that didn't know what the fuck they were doing. That's why it sank. The Titanic's not the Ark of the Covenant. You know what I mean? It's not some super fucking mystical, biblical thing with all magic power sort of stuff that actually matters. It has nothing to do with Jews that built the pyramids or aliens or anything like that. It's not important. It's just a ship that sank. So they're acting like finding it where it sank is some kind of huge discovery thing. It's not. It's what happens. When things sink, they fall down to the bottom of the ocean, people find them, right? But the worst thing about Titanic is Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, and I've said this a bunch of times on my channel, and people think I'm joking or they don't understand. So let me just do it one final time. Okay, I'm going to break down Leonardo DiCaprio for you fucking loser chuds that don't understand acting or movies or anything like that. Leonardo DiCaprio is not a real actor. He's a sexy E.T. That's what he is. He looks like fucking if E.T. was hot. He's very popular. He's a movie star. There's a difference between movie stars and actors. Okay, actors have range. There's subtleties to it. They can do all kinds of different characters and emotions and things like that. Movie stars are different. Those are just dudes that don't have any range that people pay to see because they like the way they look or talk. Leonardo DiCaprio, for whatever reason, gets lumped in with real actors when he's just a movie star. Okay, he's not a real actor because he doesn't have range. He can literally only do one thing, which is to scream or cry. That's it. People mix up intensity with acting. And it's not the same thing. The one thing Leonardo DiCaprio is good at, other than fucking teenagers, is intensity. Okay? He can be intense because that's all that he does. He's usually intensely screaming or intensely crying. And people, stupid, soft-brained chud people that don't know anything about movies, they think that's acting because he's intense. Because it's something on your day-to-day basis. A normal person, they get up, they take a shit, they go to work, they go to Taco Bell, they come home, they beat their dogs and then go back to sleep. They're not used to intensity, watching Netflix and talking to the guy at the gas station. So when it happens, especially in a movie, when someone's always intense, people think that's acting. It's not acting. Okay, and case in point is, if you think about any Leonardo DiCaprio movie, what's your favorite Leonardo DiCaprio character? Okay, from any of those movies. It doesn't matter. And don't tell me the guy from The Revenant or the guy from The Departed. I want to know his name. Actually tell me his name, the character's name. You can't do it. No one can, because Leonardo DiCaprio can't do characters. And I'm not no hater. I give credit where it's due. He has done a couple good things, right? Out of the 1,000 fucking movies he's been in. Leonardo DiCaprio is best when he plays himself. Okay, he's done that 2 times to my knowledge. Was in What's Eating Gilbert Grape and Django Unchained. That's basically him. What's Eating Gilbert Grape is Leonardo DiCaprio when he was younger, and Django Unchained is him now as an adult. He's just playing himself. Those aren't even really characters. And he's really good in those 2 roles. But as far as him being like a serious actor or anything like that, you people are fucking insane. Because the harder he tries, the more cringe it is. So it's really weird. Like when the Titanic movie first came out, the theaters were just full of teenage and 20-something-year-old women, girls. It was like the Beatles, right? Just like screaming at the screen fawning over this fucking hot ET dude. It's weird to me now, 25 years later, because I just went. The same girls grew up and they had children, and they bring in their daughters to see this alien guy that they used to beat off to when they were their age. It's this weird triangle circle thing of beating off to Leonardo DiCaprio, which is so bizarre to me. I think it'd be more controversial if people even knew it, because it's just like this unspoken of thing that no one talks about. It's not like, they're taking their kids to see a good movie. It's not a good movie. They're taking them to see their fantasy boyfriend from 25 years ago that they used to fucking finger bang to every night. So yeah, Titanic's really weird in that regard. Just on a personal note, when I first saw Titanic with my mom, when it first came out, when it was the biggest thing ever, at that point in my life, I thought, the movie sucks. It will always suck. But I thought there was a sweetness to it with the love story stuff. And I thought, for real, at that point, it's like, I'm so close to having my own Rose or anything like that. Because at that point, I was certain that I couldn't be a virgin for much longer, and that I was going to find my soulmate and have a happier ending than the end of this piece of shit. But I think that's just a natural thing. I think all guys sort of think when they're in their teens and 20s and stuff that they're close to getting married and having babies and stuff, and they're gonna be normal. But so it hurt a little bit harder seeing it this time, because all this time's passed, and I kind of felt like the wrinkled old rose bitch at the end of the Titanic movie. And it's like, it's hard to not get all emotional and stuff, not because the movie's good, just because I'm old now and still not any closer to being happy or whatever.
All right, enough of that bullshit.
So let me tell you about this movie. This old lady who claims to have been on the Titanic finds out that there's a ship investigating it, looking for the secret diamond that no one's supposed to know about. So this 100-year-old lady calls the ship that's in the middle of the ocean and tells them, I know about the diamond, I was on the ship. And then they send someone to fly her out. For some reason, she has to be on the ship that they're on to tell her story about Titanic. None of it makes any sense to me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you start a movie like this, but they did. These aquarium guys that are investigating the Titanic, these really are representative of Titanic fans, enthusiasts, whatever you want to call them. They're just these disgusting, neckbeard, fucking loser scumbags obsessed with the good old days. But I told you, a good thing that came out of all this was that Applebee's brought back the all-you-can-eat riblets. They didn't even raise the price or whatever. So me and my mom are on our way there before the movie. Applebee's is always good. They're very consistent. This isn't fancy date night. It's not that level. It's not an Olive Garden. Applebee's is always good with the stuff that they have. The chicken sizzlers and the cheese sticks and all the poppers and wings and things. And my mom loves the French onion soup and the spinach artichoke dip. So we ordered a bunch of those. We're sitting there, we're having a great time. Even though I'm dreading having to sit through this piece of shit Titanic thing. My mom brought her big, extra large beach bag purse. And we're going to load that bitch up at the gas stations and stuff on the way to the movie. Bring the leftovers and stuff. We're going to have a good time because we're sitting in Applebee's. And this is why I really don't like Titanic, because Titanic's about all this nostalgia stuff about good old day things that were never good to begin with. But sometimes sad stuff creeps in. My mom kept trying to tell me something serious. She said, welcome, we got to talk. We got to talk. I got to tell you something important. Every time she said that, I just kept telling her, like, Mom, I just want to have a fun date night thing to go see Titanic, so I don't want to talk about anything serious, okay? Sorry. We're sitting there having a good time. The door opens to Applebee's because I can see the entrance. This guy walks in. I immediately knew who it was, right? His name is Brandon Fitzgerald. He was my best friend from like kindergarten to first or second grade. Probably the greatest friend I've ever had in my life. And I have not seen him because I dropped out in like ninth grade and he moved way before high school. So I haven't seen this dude in like 40 years for real. And he walks in and he's so hot and tan and ripped and beautiful. And then his wife walks in and she's like a supermodel and he has got two beautiful children. They all walk in. They walk up to the hostess thing and they're about to get seated. And then he's looking around, panning at the restaurant. And I knew it was going to happen. He saw me and he told his family, go get the table. And he ran over to my table and he gave me a hug and a big handshake. And he's like, oh my God, welcome. He thought he'd never see me again because I look exactly the same, except for, I'm just fatter and older now or whatever. And we haven't seen each other in 40 years. And he sat down at the table because he wanted to catch up real quick before he goes eats his scissor or wingding things or whatever. And he starts telling me about what he's been up to. He's like this computer engineer thing for the government. He's about to retire in a couple years. This is where I'm getting to the sad stuff about Titanic things. He only has a couple years left before he retires after working them for almost 30 years or something. He's going to get pensions and he's traveled all over the world. He said he just got off his sailboat with his wife. They spent a month sailing around the world. They just did that. And he just came back to his hometown to see his mom or something. So all this stuff, he's got these two gorgeous children. One of his daughters is a teenager and she's about to go to college and Ivy League stuff and all this stuff. And his wife's a painter, artist. And eventually this always happens. It gets to the point where it's my turn. He asked me what I've been up to. I said, I'm trying to keep the enthusiasm going. I said, yeah, I always been big into movies and stuff, and I'm doing movie reviews on YouTube. You remember my mom? Yeah, I live with her. And we're about to go see the after this we're gonna go see the Titanic 25th anniversary. So yeah. Other than that, that's basically what I've been doing. I always loved movies and stuff, and he just looked at me with this look of pity and sadness or whatever. But he's still one of my best friends of all time, and it wasn't fake or he wasn't being mean or anything. He just gave me that's the look a friend would give for someone in my situation or whatever. And then Brandon said, yeah, but you used to make all those movies and stuff when we're little kids. He's like, you still doing that? You still got any of those? I'd love to see them. All the stuff, because he lived in my neighborhood and I would make movies and stuff with him and stuff. He's like, you got any of those? Did you ever put them online or anything? I said, yeah, I was going to put it all online, show you, so you could see them and stuff. And some of those movies were really good and stuff. But last year, my house burned down. We lost everything. So all that stuff's gone. And then the waitress showed up with our first couple plates of riblets, all you can eat riblets, because everybody knows they got the policy at the Applebee's. It's probably because of me. I don't know if it's official or not, but people like me, each person can get one basket of riblets at a time, but they have a timer and they wait 15 minutes in between each refill. So you got to keep up with that, because if you don't keep up with the timers and stuff, they won't tell you when the timer goes off and stuff, because they're depending on you. They're counting on you not knowing and like forgetting and not asking for more, so they don't lose money and stuff. And they put the riblets down. I was telling Brandon about how good of a deal it was and stuff, and I was recommending it to him and his family stuff. He's the type of person that probably doesn't know about the Applebee's deals and things. And I told him about how good it was and good deal price and stuff. And he was all excited. He gave me a huge hug and said how good it was to see me. And I said, yeah, you too, man. I don't think about it a lot, but I really I miss those. Let me tell you about this movie a little bit. It's really weird. You ever notice, like, in the movie, when they go to get on the Titanic, everybody's getting on the Titanic, all the people are just standing around waving like lunatics. They're just, if you pay attention, they're just waving over and over again for hours. I didn't realize. I thought it was just a bad movie, but that was real life back then. You know, the good old days. People didn't have anything to do because there was no computers or good food or anything really to do. So they would just, if you were with your friends, you would say, hey, what are we gonna do today? And they'd say, hey, let's go wave at ships. And your friend would be like, no, we did that yesterday. And it's like, okay. And then they'd just go play stickball or something. So that's just something people did for fun back then, was wave at ships. As Rose, the old bitch, is telling her story, and all the aquarium guys are having to listen to it. It's like, I don't think they knew that her story was going to be like 4 hours long, because how does this bitch have such a good memory? That's what I always think about. She's 100 years old. Her memory of this event is so detailed, right? And it reminded me of one of my favorite shows is Antiques Roadshow. It's just like in that show, they have a white trash person bringing in some family heirloom, and then the appraiser just won't stop talking about the history and the background of the item, which nobody cares about. They just want to get to cut the bullshit and get to the figure. How much is it worth? How much do I got coming to me? So it's fun to watch because you can just look at their faces and they're always so frustrated and angry.
So then the next thing we look at is the mark, and this has everything on it. It's got the LCT, which is Louis Comfort Tiffany. It's got the Favril pottery. Favril means handmade on the side. But the mark too, while it has all the bells and whistles, it's not the mark we normally see.
As the appraiser won't stop talking. It's similar in this movie. All they care about is this diamond. They don't care about the Titanic. And she's telling a 4-hour story, and the whole time they're just like, I wish this bitch would just tell me where the diamond is.
But now you know there was a man named Jack Dawson, and that he saved me in every way that a person can.
Shut up, bitch!
So me and my mom, we saw the Titanic, and this is the part where I usually break it down, the movie and stuff, and how much I hate it and things. But I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I don't want to talk about hating on Titanic, because I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I just saw it with my mom. I gotta be honest. I really like it a lot. It's actually a really good movie. Even though there's so much I hate about it and stuff I could tell you. I just came out of the movie for whatever reason, loving it and just feeling better about my life and stuff and things in general. It's a really good movie. It's really sad, and it kind of like struck a chord thing with me, watching all these losers die and freeze to death in this stupid boat that sank. So we literally just got done watching the Titanic movie, and we came home, and I went to my room to watch another movie or something, and it's been a couple hours, so I came out to get my dinner, because we basically had like a late lunch at the Applebee's thing, and I'm starving. Everyone's gone at work and stuff. My mom's gone, and she left this note on the table, and I literally just picked it up, and while I'm doing my recording, I'm gonna read it right now.
Welcome, this is Mama. You wouldn't listen to me in real life, so I had to write you this letter. I know life has been hard for you, especially these last few years, but I miss my happy, nice boy, because I know you are not this slob jerk. Before you started doing this YouTube thing, you were happy and would never swear or call people names. I didn't raise no mean boy. People on the comments are saying you're racist, but I know my boy could never be racist. I screwed countless black guys when I was younger and raised you to like and respect the colors. Coming to America is your favorite movie of all time, and that is nothing but colors. But this hateful ranting on the tube thing has got to end or it will kill you. Sometimes it's funny, but I think the whole world can see the pain in your eyes. I don't want you to end up like your daddy. He waited too late to come out as a queer, and it destroyed him. If you think you might be queer, then just come out and be queer. Is that why you've been so mad for these last few years? Queer or not, you are still my baby, and I promise that eventually you will find your soulmate. Love takes time, sometimes all the time you've got. I ordered pizza for you, 6 personal pans from Pizza Hut and wings. Money is on the table. I'll be at bingo late tonight, so don't wait up. Love, Mama.
I love you, Mom. Well, that's it. What'd you guys think about Titanic? Did you see it in 3D? Did you like it? You know, I give Leonardo DiCaprio a lot of shit, but he's pretty good in this one because he's very convincing that he actually loves this ugly old fat bitch, Rose. I mean, I read a few times when they went to do the sex scene that he actually threw up off camera because he was so disgusted by how old and disgusting Kate Winslet was. So he did a good job. It's very convincing that he actually likes ugly old fat bitches.